Leave my man alone. I love him. Your man, he chose me. Stop this. Liar, you're jealous. You have everything. I am the one who has lost. I am the one who will always be second. Is that truly what you believe? That I see you as lesser? What else am I to believe? You raised me, cared for me, sacrificed for me. All of that speaks of your superiority. If Emeka chose me, it is because his heart aligns with mine, not because he are lacking.
The morning sun cast golden rays over the village of Uzoma, nestled between the great river Amambala and the dense forests of the east. Here lived two sisters whose beauty was legendary. Adaeze, the elder at 23, and Chisom, the younger at 19. Adaeze had skin the color of polished ebony and moved with the grace of a royal maiden. She was known for her pottery skills and her voice that could soothe crying bobbies. Chisom possessed a different beauty a Euros. Where Adaeze was serene, Chisom burned with youthful fire. Her laughter echoed through the village, and she wove cloth patterns that told stories without words. The sisters lived with their father, Okonkwo, a respected elder. Their mother, Nnenna, had died bringing Chisom into the world. Adaeze had raised Chisom, been both sister and mother, creating a bond that seemed unbreakable. The arrival of Emeka on the day of the New Yam Festival, Emeka arrived from the neighboring village of Nkwo. He was the son of a wealthy palm wine tapper, tall as an iroko tree, with kind and intelligent eyes. Chief Okonkwo offered him accommodation in his compound of Euros, a decision that would change everything. Adaeze first saw Emeka as she returned from the stream at sunset. When their eyes met, something shifted in the air. After introductions, she felt warmth spread through her chest, a feeling she had not experienced since her youth. That same evening, Chisom encountered Emeka under the Udala tree. They talked until the moon rose, and she found herself enchanted by his laughter and presence. Neither sister knew that night that they had both lost their hearts to the same man. The weeks following Emeka's arrival transformed the household. Adaeze began wearing her best wrappers and her mother's coral beads more frequently. She found reasons to be near Emeka, bringing kola nuts and engaging him in intelligent conversation about trade and village affairs. He appreciated her wisdom and the peace he found in her presence. But Chisom had not been idle. She recognized the attraction between her sister and their guest, and something fierce awakened in her heart. She had always lived in Adaeze's shadow a Euros, the responsible one, the wise one. Now, for the first time, Chisom wanted something her sister also wanted, and she would not step aside. Chisom's approach was bold and direct. She invited Emeka to watch her weave, her hands moving with hypnotic skill. "This pattern represents the journey of life," she explained one afternoon. "See how the threads cross and recross? That is how our paths intersect with others, sometimes briefly, sometimes forever." The festival of the spirits arrived, the most important celebration in Uzoma. Adaeze took charge of preparations with characteristic efficiency, coordinating everything perfectly. Emeka watched with growing admiration. On the first night, as drums echoed and dancers performed ancient rituals, Emeka stood beside Adaeze at the celebration's edge. "You have done something remarkable here," he said softly. Their hands brushed, and neither pulled away. Under the full moon, something unspoken passed between Thema Euros, a recognition, a possibility, a promise. But Chisom saw. The pain that shot through her chest was sharper than any blade. On the second night, Chisom was the lead dancer, her body moving with captivating fluidity. She wore deep indigo that she had woven herself, adorned with silver threads that caught the firelight. When she danced for Emeka, her eyes holding his gaze. The message was clear. Where Adaeze offered stability and wisdom, Chisom offered excitement and passion. When the dance ended, Chisom took Emeka's hand. "Come, let me show you the river by moonlight." The river confession at the river Amambala, beautiful by moonlight, Chisom confronted the truth. "Do not pretend you have not noticed the way my sister looks at you," she said. "The way she finds excuses to be near you." "And how do you look at me?" Emeka asked quietly. "I look at you the way a woman looks at a man she could love," Chisom answered, tears bright in her eyes. "I look at you and forget that my sister saw you first." Her honesty shook Emeka to his core. They sat in silence, the weight of unspoken choices hanging between them. The day after the festival, harmony had turned to tension. Adaeze had not slept, replaying the image of Chisom leading Emeka away. She had raised this girl, sacrificed for her, and now she withdrew into herself, building walls around her heart. Chisom was consumed by guilt and defiance. She knew she had crossed a line, but she also felt the injustice of always coming second, always deferring to Adaeze's needs. The father intervenes. Chief Okonkwo called both daughters to his obi that evening. "This thing with our guest, Emeka Euros, it is driving a knife between sisters who have been each other's whole world," he said gravely. He addressed each daughter's patterns and pain, then warned, "Emeka is not a symbol. He is a man with his own heart and his own choice to make." "Then let him choose," Adaeze said quietly. "Let him choose between us and let us accept his choice with dignity." "No," Chisom burst out. "You know he will choose you Euros. You are older, more established, more suitable." "I will lose not because my heart is less true, but because of the circumstances of my birth." Adaeze saw, perhaps for the first time, how being placed on a pedestal had diminished her sister's sense of worth. Chief Okonkwo rose, placing a hand on each shoulder. "Perhaps the question is not who should step aside, but what choice will allow both of you to remain sisters when this storm has passed. Love comes and goes, my daughters, but family is eternal." 3 days later, Emeka requested a formal meeting with the family. The compound understood that he was about to declare his intentions. Adaeze and Chisom sat side by side, their hands trembling. They had not spoken in 3 days. Emeka stood before them. "I came to Uzoma seeking nothing but a fresh start. I found the possibility of love." He addressed each sister, praising Adaeze's wisdom and grace, Chisom's passion and spirit. "Both of you deserve to be chosen," he said. "Both deserve a man who can give you his whole heart." The compound fell silent. "I choose Adaeze." Adaeze's hand flew to her mouth. Chisom's face went pale, then flushed. "I choose Adaeze not because she is older or more established, but because when I imagine my future, it is her face I see beside me." He turned to Chisom. "You will set some man's world on fire and he will be blessed beyond measure. But I am not that man. We would burn each other out." Chisom stood, her dignity barely holding. "I understand. You have made your choice." She walked away, her back straight, but everyone could see the tremor in her shoulders. Adaeze rose, torn. "Emeka, I am honored by your choice, but give me time before we make this formal. I must speak with my sister." The sisters' confrontation. Adaeze found Chisom at the river, sobbing. "Go away," Chisom said. "Go back to your betrothed and celebrate your victory." "It does not feel like a victory," Adaeze said, sitting beside her. "It feels like I have lost something precious." "You have everything," Chisom cried. "I am the one who has lost. I am the one who will always be second." "Is that truly what you believe?" Adaeze asked. "That I see you as lesser. What else am I to believe?" "You raised me, cared for me, sacrificed for me Euros. All of that speaks of your superiority." "No," Adaeze said firmly, grabbing her hands. "If Emeka chose me, it is because his heart aligns with mine, not because you are lacking. You are magnificent, Chisom. You are everything I am. Nota Euros, brave, spontaneous, full of life." They cried and held each other, two sisters trying to find their way back to their bond. "I do not know if I can watch you with him," Chisom admitted. "Then perhaps you should not have to," Adaeze said slowly. "Perhaps there is another way." The next morning, Adaeze shocked the village. She went to Chief Okonkwo and requested that he decline Emeka's suit on her behalf. "Father, I ask that you tell Emeka I cannot accept his offer of marriage." "What madness is this?" Okonkwo demanded. "Because if I marry Emeka, every time Chisom sees us together, she will feel this pain anew. Because I love my sister more than I love any man, even one as good as Emeka." After a long moment, Okonkwo spoke with resignation and respect. "Your mother would be proud, foolish perhaps, but proud, very well. No, father, I must speak to him myself." The refusal. Adaeze found Emeka in the yam barn. "I cannot marry you," she said. Shock, confusion, and hurt crossed his face. "This is about Chisom. This is about a bond between sisters that is older and deeper than what we have built in these few weeks," Adaeze replied. "Some loves come at too high a cost." "Do you not love me?" Emeka asked. "I do," Adaeze admitted. "I love you enough to imagine our life together, but I love my sister more. She has already lost so much. I will not take this from her as well." "And what of Chisom?" Emeka asked bitterly. "Should I now ask for her hand?" "No. Chisom deserves to be chosen first, not to be a consolation prize. She deserves a man who looks at her and sees only her. That man is not you, Emeka." The departure. Emeka left Uzoma 3 days later. As he rode away, both sisters watched from different vantage points. Neither cried. Both felt the weight of what had been lost and what had been saved. That evening, Chief Okonkwo stood with his daughters. "Tell me, was this the right ending?" Adaeze leaned into her father's embrace. I do not know if it was right, father, but it was honest, and we still have each other. Chisom reached across to take Adeeze's hand. I did not ask you to do what you did. That is why you are the brave one and I am merely the dutiful one, Adaeze replied. No, Chisom corrected. You are the brave one. You gave up what you wanted to preserve what mattered most. That is true bravery. The months following were difficult. The village gossiped endlessly, but the sisters kept their silence. Adaeze threw herself into pottery, teaching younger girls her craft. Chisom's weaving took on new depth, her patterns speaking to the complexity of sacrifice. Their relationship evolved at a Euros, the easy affection of childhood replaced by something deeper, more tested. 6 months later, Chisom asked, Do you ever regret it? I regret the pain, Adaeze said. But the choice itself? No, you are here beside me. That is worth more than any romance. 3 years after Emeka's departure, a merchant named Dubum came to Uzoma seeking exceptional weavers. From the moment he met Chisom, he was captivated. He courted her properly, choosing her first, valuing her unique gifts without comparison. When Dubum asked for permission to court Chisom, he did so with Adaeze present. I promise to honor not just her but the relationships that have shaped her. Adaeze embraced him warmly. My sister deserves a man who sees her clearly and loves what he sees. Chisom married Dubum in a ceremony that celebrated healing. Adaeze stood beside her sister, glowing with genuine joy. 2 years later, Adaeze met Kache, a widower with 2 young children. Their courtship was quiet and mature. When she agreed to marry him, it was with clear Isa Euros, a partnership built on mutual respect and shared values. Are you happy? Chisom asked before the wedding. I am content, Adaeze replied. I am building something real with someone who appreciates what I offer. That is its own kind of happiness. The reunion 5 years after his departure, Emeka returned to Uzoma on business. He had married a woman named Amara and had 2 children. The sisters agreed to welcome him properly, to show they had moved beyond the past. The meeting was cordial and brief. Both sisters saw that he was well, that his life had continued, as had theirs. When he departed again, they felt only peace. That evening, Adaeze and Chisom sat together, watching the sunset paint the sky in shades of orange and purple. We chose well, Chisom said quietly. We chose each other, Adaeze corrected. And that has made all the difference. The story of the sisters who fought over a husband became a teaching tale, told across villages. The wisdom drawn Varietta Euros, some praised Adaeze's sacrifice, others Chisom's courage, others Emeka's honesty. But the sisters themselves knew the deepest truth. That love takes many forms, and the love between sisters can be the most enduring of all.